What's up, guys? It is a new day and it is the afternoon. I did not go drill this morning at 6 a.m. like I've been trying to do recently because last night was league night. So we played last night from 6 o'clock till about 9:30. Well, more like from 5:30 to 9:30. And it was the last league night of March for us. And so we just played a lot of pickleball, and I knew I was going to be too tired this morning to get up and do anything. So I just slept in. Also, I stayed up really late after league night. What I found out is that after I play league night, when I get home, I'm so amped up, and I guess I just have a lot of adrenaline or whatever. I can't sleep. So I always end up staying up late after league night. So that's what I did. So I was up too late, plus playing all that pickleball means I slept in this morning and had kind of a lazy day today. So anyway, it's about 2 in the afternoon and I'm going to the courts to drill. I really miss drilling. I'm finding that if I don't drill every single day, then I actually miss it. After so many hours, I'm just like, man, I want to go work on some shots. So time for me to do that, and then I'm going to go to the gym after that if I feel good, because I like to lift weights as well. I've been lifting weights really consistently for a little over 10 years. It's one of my main passions in life is weightlifting, bodybuilding. I never did it competitively, I never wanted to compete or be on stage, but I just like the process, and I like the improvements you get in your physique. And I like taking control of my body and my diet and my workouts, and just being on top of stuff makes me feel good about myself. So that's one thing that I've done. So I've been out of the loop of working out for quite a while now because I've been playing so much pickleball. And then over the winter last year, summer and fall, I did a bunch of CrossFit instead of weightlifting. And that was fun, but I decided CrossFit's really not for me. I like the people. I actually like the workouts. They're really hard. But I just really miss pumping iron and lifting weights and working out that way too. So I'm trying to get back into the habit of working out like that and trying to figure out how to fit it in with all the drilling and the pickleball and stuff. I guess basically for me, this is the first time in my life where I've had two strongly competing hobbies at the same time that kind of both want to happen at the same time of day a lot of the time. So I'm struggling to get it all balanced out and figure out how to schedule it all into my week. And so far, pickleball has been winning, and I've been doing more pickleball than weightlifting, which is fine. I do prefer to play pickleball right now, and I'm on a massive quest to become the best pickleballer I possibly can, and really I'm on a quest to be a 5-0 player. I don't know if I said that on this channel or not yet, but my whole mission right now is to be a 5-0 player by the end of 2025. And I'm really, really strongly on that mission and passionate about that. So that's overriding my weightlifting and working out. But I need to do the workouts for my own health. It makes me feel so much better. So I do have to figure out how to balance it all. So anyway, heading to the courts to do some drilling. What are we going to drill today? Probably going to drill more drop shots. I will say all my drilling for my drop shots that I've put in the last couple weeks has really, really started to pay off. In league night last night, I hit so many drop shots, and I was so very happy that they were almost all going in. They were just good. I'm now consistently a drop shotter. It feels really nice to finally be there because it's given me a certain confidence in my game that I'd never had before. I used to hit a drop shot here and there sort of randomly as sort of a oh, hey, let's try this, see what happens kind of thing, but with no confidence that it was actually going to work. Now every drop shot I hit, I expect it to go in. Every one. And almost all of them do, so that's a wonderful feeling. I'm hitting drop shots from the baseline. Hardest drop shot to hit is from way back there. I'm hitting those repeatedly in the same game, within the same point sometimes. So that's epic. So the drilling absolutely does work. So now I'm more motivated than ever to do even more drilling. And honestly, guys, I've crossed a point where I realized yesterday I would rather go to the courts and drill than go to the courts and play. Yeah, I would literally rather go drill with friends or by myself with the ball machine for an hour, 2 hours, however long, than to play for all those hours. Because playing at this point, although it is fun, it's gotten to a point where playing doesn't really make me much better anymore. And that has not been true up until now. Up until now, just playing was what I needed to do. I just needed to play as much as humanly possible, because every time I played, I would get better and I'd learn something and try something, and like all my skills were so raw and undeveloped that just playing was what I needed to do, or was good enough, I should say. But I think I've crossed a certain threshold here where just playing doesn't really improve me very much. It actually just, sometimes it just frustrates me because I'm not as good as I want to be. And the more you play, sometimes the more you get that same result. And so sometimes you just get more and more frustrated, like I did at league night last night. I played not very good last night. Even though I hit all those drop shots, I still got beat a lot. And the more you play with those kinds of results, the more you might just feel bad and get frustrated, which is what's been happening to me lately. So, but that doesn't happen with drilling. With drilling, the more I drill so far, the better I get. So, and there's zero frustration in drilling. So, long story short, I want to drill as much as possible, and drilling seems to be the right move for improving my game anyway. So here we are at the courts. I'm going to get the machine out, claim one of these courts, and get to it. Alright, so we're settling into the drilling session here, hitting my first, or maybe this was my second set of balls. Sometimes I don't start the video until I've hit one full rack of balls. That way you guys don't watch me absolutely brutalize some balls while I'm cold and stiff. So this is probably my second rack of balls, and I'm just working on my forehand drive here. This turned out to be an extremely good session, one of my favorite of all times, because I came into this not really knowing how to do a forehand drive with confidence, and I came out of this session with extreme confidence on my forehand drive. I figured out some serious stuff here, so I don't know if you'll see this stuff in this particular section of the video or if I figured it out later, but I'll just go ahead and tell you what I figured out in this session because it was awesome. So the stuff I figured out was, as always, keep your eye on the ball. That's crucial on every single shot. Also hit the ball on the fall. So some people will tell you to hit drives at the apex of the ball after the bounce, and that's fine if it works for you. Good. For me, I gotta hit that ball after the apex. Once it's fallen, that's the better time for me. Everything works better when I hit the ball in the fall. So those two things are standards across most pickleball shots I seem to be finding. So moving past those to a forehand drive specific tip that I figured out, the number one thing was to pin my elbow to my hip. Now I'm watching this footage right now as you are, and it does not look like I'm pinning my elbow to my hip at all, because I'm not. So I clearly didn't figure this out until a little bit later in this sesh, but keep watching and you'll see that eventually I pin my right elbow to my hip. And what you want to do, it would seem, is to pin your elbow to your hip and don't move forward and strike the ball with your arm. Move forward and strike the ball with your hips, and your elbow will be pinned to your hip, so your arm and your paddle and hand will move forward with your hip. So I'm struggling to figure out how to say that in the best way for you to translate my message here, but essentially you do not extend your arm forward like you see me doing here. Instead, you pin your elbow down to your hip, and when it comes time to finally strike that ball, you rotate your hips and your right leg and foot forward. You might see me beginning to do it here. So you want to rotate your hips forward with your right elbow literally pinned to your hip, like touch your hip or your side with your elbow, and move forward as one unit. Make your whole entire unit turn forward and step into the court. Do not extend your arm and elbow forward. You want to make your whole body drive the shot, and this will instantaneously increase your power on your shot. I'll make another video in the future on this because this is super important, and I want to make a whole video just about this because I think it's crucial. But yeah, so pin your right elbow to your hip and don't like reach out and strike the ball. Instead, step forward and strike the ball. All your power comes from your hip in these shots, not from your shoulder. I used to think this was a big shoulder shot, and it's not. It's a big body shot, really. Your entire body is driving the force of the shot. So, and it all comes from your hips. And your arm is actually largely unimportant, surprisingly. So, anyway, again, I'll make another video outlining the real details of this much better. But that was a big takeaway for me in this video, was I really tried to pin my right elbow to my hip, and when it comes time to strike the ball, don't reach forward and get the ball. Instead, step forward and rotate your hips forward and hit the ball. So that was a huge one right there. So, yep, just a quick little tip there as I work through things and learn as I go. Appreciate you guys watching. Give me a sub if you enjoy any of this, and I'll keep making these. And the tech and the mic and everything is going to improve, and the editing and everything else is going to get better. So anyway, guys, appreciate you, and I will catch you on the next one.